Hi there, Pisces. This is the Spirit Warrior with your fortnightly reading. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Today we're doing energies and predictions for 2026. And the first card is the Queen of Cups, and this row is the first quarter of 2026. The second card is the Six of Swords, and next up we have the Nine of Pentacles. In the second quarter, we have the Three of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Hierophant. In the third quarter, it's the Four of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. In the last quarter, it's the King of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the Four of Swords. We'll draw one more card, which is the overarching energy for the reading, and the mystery card. Of course, the universe has to flick one over, so we'll have that, the Four plus a mystery card, and we'll turn those over at the end of the reading. So in the first quarter, we have the Queen of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. So the Queen of Cups is deeply in touch with the feelings, and she's telling you, Pisces, to follow your heart. And of course, that's what you do well, isn't it? Is follow your feelings. And so this is telling you in the first quarter that you should listen to your heart and follow your heart towards your dreams, desires, and passions in life. The Six of Swords is a card of moving on, and this may suggest that your heart will tell you now is the time to move on with your life, to move away from turbulent times towards calmer seas and better shores, because it may suggest there's been some difficult times or situations which are no longer serving you, and now is the time to move on. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of prosperity and abundance. She is independently wealthy and she's living the life you choose. And we could read this as a story, couldn't we? That it's time to follow your heart, to move on from turbulent times, and this will bring prosperity and abundance, independent wealth, and living the life that you choose. That is a great story, isn't it? The Queen of Cups is clarified by the Three of Cups. The Six of Swords is clarifying the Six of Swords. And the Knight of Wands clarifies the Nine of Pentacles. So the Three of Cups is a card of celebration. These women are celebrating the harvest. They're celebrating the bounty of life, what they've created in their life. And this is really saying that you should celebrate who you are and not try and be what other people want you to be, that you should be true to yourself. And that part of that is celebrating what you truly are. This can also talk about gathering people around you to enjoy their company and also their support and inspiration as you follow your heart. The Six of Swords clarifying itself really says it's time to move on, doesn't it, Pisces? It really says that in 2026, it's time to move towards better opportunity in your life. And the message is really strong and powerful here, isn't it? The Knight of Wands is an adventurous knight, or he charges into unknown lands to discover new possibilities in your life. And this may say that now is the time to be maybe a little more adventurous in your life, because this woman is really settled here, isn't she? She's in the garden with opulent robes and lush garden and much beauty around her. But you can see here that there are 9 pentacles, 6 on this side and 3 on this side. And these pentacles on the left are her legacy. These are the foundation that allow her to live the life that she chooses. And these are the pentacles that she takes care of all the time, that this is the foundation of her life. These 3 pentacles are her play pentacles, which is not a very good way of saying, but these are the pentacles that allow her to go and do the things in life that she truly desires. Queen of Cups. These are the pentacles of inspiration, and that may include traveling, or maybe it's buying a Porsche or something like that. I don't really think that's the case, but there are things, these are the bucket list pentacles. These are the ones that bring you the memories that you truly desire. And the Knight of Wands represents those things. They are the adventurous and some people may call outlandish things in life. But it's really saying that once you've created wealth, you don't have to sit in the tower and just count your pentacles and worry about if you're ever going to lose some. It says create a foundation and a base, but have some pentacles that you can invest or spend to live the life that you truly desire. In the second quarter, we have the 3 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, and the Hierophant. So the 3 of Swords is a card of pain, suffering, and loss. It says there's something in your life that is hurting your heart. And of course, with Pisces, this really does affect you deeply. So there may be a situation that really is undermining your ability to live the life that you truly choose. It says in the second quarter there may be some difficulty, and this may be a challenge. But the 8 of Cups says that you're ready to leave something behind. So it may suggest it might be a relationship or a job or some other sort of situation that is no longer giving you joy and happiness, because the Queen of Cups is telling you to follow your heart, which is to joy and happiness. And so this may be saying now is the time to leave that situation behind. The Hierophant is a card of guidance. He is a conduit between the divine and earthly planes. And it says that as you make this movement, you've got guidance of the universe to show you the path towards the things that will bring you joy and happiness, not pain and sorrow. The Hierophant is also a card of blessings. You can see that the Pope is blessing these men who are becoming priests, and that says that as you move away from pain and suffering and move towards and leave things behind that are inhibiting your ability to live a great life, that many blessings will flow into your life. This really is another row of moving on, and that seems to be a strong message here. 2 cards of moving on, with the third one here. The 3 of Swords is clarified by the 10 of Wands. The 7 of Swords clarifies the 8 of Cups. And the Justice card clarifies the Hierophant. So the 10 of Wands is a card of struggle and burden. This man has been battling on in life, but he's nearly made it to the farmhouse, which says this is a card of completion, that this period of struggle and battling is nearly over. And it may say that this struggling and battling is bringing you pain and suffering and sorrow. So it's not an enjoyable experience for you here. The 7 of Swords can be a card of lying, cheating and stealing. And this may say that somebody is being dishonest in your life and that it's time to leave them in the Eight of Cups. And again, this kind of creates a story, doesn't it? Somebody's being dishonest with you. It's bringing pain and suffering. And now is the time to leave them behind. And the Justice card says that as you do so, there will be a rebalancing of your life. That this dishonesty and trickery is putting your life out of alignment. It's bringing you pain and suffering. And as you leave it behind, as you move past the struggle and difficulty, now your life rebalances and you will receive your just desserts. It says that if this situation does go to court, that the case will be settled in your favour. Of course, the Seven of Swords can also mean that it's time to develop a new strategy, that he's stealing the swords from the soldiers so he doesn't have to go to battle in the morning. And this, with the Eight of Cups, may say now is the time to find a new path. And this new path is away from struggle and suffering and loss. And this will bring you justice and rebalancing in your life. So it could be a very interesting second quarter here for you, Pisces. In the third quarter, we have the Four of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. So the Four of Wands is a card of marriage and celebration. There are no other cards of love here, are there? So this really is a card of moving on. And that's the theme of this reading, isn't it? These people are leaving the castle and moving towards the opportunity that is being offered here through the 1111 portal. The Page of Wands is the outrageous page, I like to call him. He is out there in the desert pushing the boundaries, finding where the limits of life are and the possibilities that that may bring. And the King of Pentacles is the master of wealth creation. And he emphasises that at this time, there is a positive flow of abundance and prosperity into your life. The Four of Wands is clarified by the Tower card. The Page of Wands is clarified by the Sun card. And the Temperance card clarifies the King of Pentacles. So all major arcana. So the Tower card is a card of major transformation. These people have built their life or their tower of life on insecure foundations. It's rickety and it's not really supporting the life that they choose. And this really says that you need to move on. You need to rebuild your tower of life. And that is part of leaving the foundation of the castle and looking for new opportunity. That this new opportunity will enable you to build a new foundation. And the Sun card with the Page of Wands says that as you're out there looking for a new opportunity and pushing the boundaries of life, the Sun card says that your life will be exhilarating, joyful, happy, prosperous and abundant. And it is amazing news. And the Temperance card is a card of rebalancing. The angel brings healing, rebalancing and alchemy. And this says that you can alchemize the pain and suffering of life. So the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords, and maybe even the Tower card, that these things can be turned from one thing into other. You can see the angel is turning the water from one thing into another. And this says now is the time to change the substance of these things in your life. And this will bring rebalancing and healing, which is a beautiful message, isn't it? We go from a possible tumultuous situation in the tower through to happiness and joy and healing and rebalancing. In the last quarter, we have the King of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the Four of Swords. The King of Swords is the King of truth, knowledge, wisdom, and clarity. And this really says that you're really feeling powerful in your own mind about what you want to do with your life and how you're going to achieve it. And you're really ready to cut through any BS in life that gets in your way. The Seven of Cups is a card of many options. The universe is saying these are the possibilities of life. Not all are palatable, and so you need to be careful what you choose. And also these are just images or dreams or wishes in life, and you need to pull them down from the divine plane to the earthly plane to manifest them. And the Four of Swords is a card of respite and rest and pausing in life. And this can say that at the end of 2027, you may need to reflect on what's been maybe a pretty tumultuous and one could say even wild year. There's a lot of movement, there's pain and suffering and battling, but there's also some amazing positivity, isn't there? There's the Three of Cups, which is celebration. There is the Nine of Pentacles, which is living the life that you choose. There is the Sun card. There is the King of Pentacles. There is the Four of Wands. So there is a lot of positivity as well. So there may be some challenges, but there's some really good stuff in here as well, isn't there, Pisces? The King of Swords is clarified by the King of Wands. The King of Pentacles reappears to clarify the Seven of Cups, and the Queen of Cups reappears to clarify the Four of Swords. So the Queen of Cups reappearing with the Four of Swords says that as you reflect and meditate and pause on life, that you should reflect on your feelings and follow your heart. That's a bit of a core message in this reading as well, isn't it? The King of Pentacles says that as you follow your dreams and manifest your desires in life, indeed you will be prosperous and abundant. And the King of Wands is a fiery and entrepreneurial and charismatic king. And he says that you're ready to make things happen in life, that you're really feeling outgoing in life, and you really have the energy and the fire to really create what you truly desire in life. In the overarching energy, we have the Fool card and the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands is a card of conflict and competition. And that may say in this year, in 2026, there may be some conflict and some mental turmoil and arguments and negative discourse. And we can see the cards that may create that, can't we? So the Seven of Swords moving on in the Five of Swords, the Three of Swords, and maybe the Tower card are all cards that may unsettle you in this year. But there's a lot of positivity to counter this as well, isn't there? And the Fool card says that this is a new phase in your life, that you should be adventurous and jump into the future. And we have the Knight of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the King of Wands in a diagonal, which is quite interesting, isn't it? That say that you are highly energized and you're ready to make things happen. And so there's kind of two things happening in this reading, aren't there? There's the negative discourse of moving on and the conflict that all may occur. And then there's all this amazing positive energy that reflects that you're moving towards a new and amazing life. The Five of Wands is clarified by the Five of Cups. And the Fool card is clarified by the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands clarifying. The Fool card really says, don't let the negativity and mental turmoil of some of these situations to stop you from taking a positive step forward into life, because the rewards are pretty sensational here, aren't they? And the Five of Cups, clarifying the Five of Wands, says that you may be overwhelmed with disappointment and upset. And there are some cards here, the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords, that say that it may be hard to focus on being positive when there's all this negativity going on, particularly in the second quarter. But it really says that you can't stay in this situation of loss and disappointment, that there is too much opportunity in life to stand here crying over spilt wine when there is much positivity and opportunity available to you in the Two Cups behind you. So really, that's an amazing reading, isn't it, Pisces? It really is saying it's time to move on. There are some difficult things that you may have to manage in 2026, but there's some amazing positivity and abundance available to you, which could make it a sensational year for you. I hope you liked that reading. Send me a comment and a like. It really helps the algorithm. I am still doing personal readings. There is a link in the description. I send you much love, joy, peace and happiness. And this is the Spirit Warriors signing out. Ciao.